In less than 2 years, my administration has accomplished more than almost any administration in the history of our country. Didn't expect that reaction, but that's okay.
This is insane, you guys.
Yo, this is sexy.
Broadcasting live from the internet, it's Tuesday night, and this is the PanelsOnPages.com podcast with your host, Lee Rodriguez.
At the end of the day, babies are terrible people, and I'm not sorry for saying it.
Jason Knize.
Motherfucker, I won best costume!
Jose Guzman.
Yeah, I know nothing about Firestorm except for his hat's always burning.
And Kelly Harris.
Boy, love, it appears we got a penis in the mail.
I glued my fucking eyes shut!
I just want to see all these Yelp reviews of Jose's jizz.
Oh, sorry, I knocked over the salt.
Like you had anything better to do.
What's going on, everybody? Today is Tuesday, September 25th, 2018, and this is episode number 441 of the Panels on Pages podcast. I'm your host, the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez, and joining me tonight, we got Mr. Jason Knize.
Don't live for Tomorrowland, live for Todayland.
Kelly Harris.
You all right, sexy boo?
And I legit have no idea where Jose is. He could be literally anywhere. There's no telling.
He was supposed to get in about
Chattanooga, Tennessee.
He was supposed to get in about midnight tonight. I literally got a Facebook message from him at 10:03 asking me something about our business bank account, and I wanted to reply to him, you know, I'm kind of busy right now. But he is in between Philly and Cleveland. He is supposed to be home tomorrow, but he said he wasn't getting in until midnight tonight.
Oof, that's rough. So yeah, fucking wherever you are out there, Jose, Godspeed.
Apparently, he had another problem with an ATM not working.
Well, you know, they are notoriously faulty, those ATMs.
Yeah.
Well, like, I had a nickel for every time an ATM malfunctioned maliciously. I'd have a shitload of nickels. Oh, Jesus. What a beautiful baby boy. Oh, God. So, let's see. What the fuck is happening in the world here? So, made some notes. And you know, like, here's the thing. I've tried for about a week now to come up with a punchline for this story.
Ooh.
But I don't think there is one. I think it's just terrible, and I have to share it anyway.
All right, we'll workshop it.
Yeah, I can't come up. There's not one. There's not one. So last Tuesday morning, I'm like, what a peculiar pain in my one ball I have right now. This isn't great.
Oh no.
It's all stopped up from the vasectomy. You got a kink.
I don't know if it's from that.
You got a kink in the hose.
I didn't end up going to see my tiny urologist, little guy, the Dr. Tepedino. He sounds exactly like you think a guy named Dr. Tepedino would sound.
Hey, Dr. Tepedino, let me see your balls, Leo Rodriguez.
Hey, let me feel off them balls. Let me see if I can get that kink out. Ow!
It's not unlike that.
It's
So-
me,
but it's like-
Dr.
it's just
Tepedino.
Let me massage the meatballs.
But it's just the one side, the one of them, like, and you know, you're doing the thing in your head. You're like, okay, at what point?
Playing with your noodle too much there, Lee.
Yeah, like at what point did the kid whack me in the nuts? Because
Sure.
there was one day fairly recently, I walked into daycare to pick him up, and he goes, I open the door, take one step in, and he goes, Dad, I'm gonna hit you in the nuts, and runs up and hits me square in the fucking nuts. And I'm like, what the shit is that?
Oh, that little bambino.
And so the doc says, you've been hit, but it's more like a, I don't know, Like it's more New York than Italy. So it's like, you got a hit in your time zone. Have you been did you whack them recently? And I'm like, no whacking. It's like, do anything stupid like try to move a refrigerator? I'm like, no, I didn't try to move a refrigerator. That's all right.
Well, you
Drop 'em.
teabagging a hobo, and the hobo bit down a little too hard.
All right, drop him. And so I drop him, and he's holding my sack like a fucking conch shell, like he's listening for the ocean. Just very gingerly, like Jose rolling a joint, like massaging around, looking at all my tubes and whatever. Like that's how it's fine.
Just taking
He's over to
hours.
the right. I'm like, oh no. And that was fine. And he goes down, and it was just like blinding pain. He goes, okay. You have epididymitis. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? And then he proceeds to pull out a piece of paper and draw a picture of my ball. He was like, all right, this is your ball, and this is the back. This is the epididymis. And it's supposed to be really fat at the top and really small at the bottom. Well, the bottom of yours is about the size of a dime. And I'm like, oh fuck! And he's like, yeah, it's no good. So basically, it was a blocked and therefore infected sperm duct.
Ooh.
And I'm like, is this related to the vasectomy? He goes, no, it just happens. I go, wait, so it's not my fault. Didn't do anything to cause it. Ergo, could do nothing to prevent it? He's like, yeah, no, it just kind of happens sometimes. I go, that's
Yeah, your balls are just
fucked up. I'm like, that's I got a bum nut for no reason.
Well,
Yeah,
stop
give me some
teabagging all
fucking
them
medicine.
hobos.
Maybe. Give me some fucking medicine. We're on the mend. It's fine. Like, I'm already feeling like pretty much tip top shape again. But like,
blow some loads and call me in the morning.
oh, there was gonna be no load blowing for a while. Now here's the thing. He didn't say not to blow loads, right? And technically, like, they're not really involved in the load blowing process anymore. Like, they're purely decorative at this point. Well, for decoration and catching infections, apparently. Like, they're not actually doing anything important. So, like, I mean,
I'm not a doctor.
maybe. But
Look, you want
to
to
give it a
just chop
shot.
them off?
I'm not a doctor, but I feel like blowing a load can solve a lot of life's problems, medical or otherwise.
I think so.
Sometimes, if I'm having an issue, my go-to is blow a load, regroup, and then go from there.
Revisit
Hold
the
on,
problem.
let me get my cousin Paulie in here to help you blow this load. Paulie will get you set up straight.
So, just fucking terrible. Like, it was awful. So, you know.
I think we found the punchline.
Yeah. The punchline is just my funny doctor. The punchline is, when in doubt, blow loads.
Yeah.
Which, again, is true for most things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just, you know,
Homesick with the flu? Why
don't
not
fuck around.
blow a load?
Just whatever you can.
Can't sleep? Blow a load.
Now, however, that being said, there are very particular cases where one should not ever, under any circumstances, blow a load.
Yeah, don't be blowing loads at your kid's soccer game.
If you're at work, you're on top of a ladder screwing in a fan, and
Don't blow no loads.
you hurt your hand, don't just stand at the top of a ladder and blow a load. Climb down off the ladder. Go to your private truck.
Yep. We fucking found it.
Depadino.
Like that, dude. But that is one of those things, man. Like I said on Twitter the other day, like, it's just when you can give an informed urologist recommendation, like, that's a tiny part of you that dies.
Yep.
Like, I don't think, we don't die all at once. We die a little bit. Like when there's something in like a Lowe's or a Home Depot or a Menards that really excites you. Died a little bit.
The Halloween section at Target.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I'll touch your balls. Tell your friends.
Yeah,
Now, see,
just a little bit.
I look at it the opposite way, Lee. I think the fact that you know a good urologist enough to recommend him means you're doing things right.
Yeah.
You're taking good care of the bait and tackle down there. You're well
That
cared
man's
for.
gotta blow some loads. You
Yeah.
gotta go to the doctor. Make sure you can blow them loads all right.
Like, I'm not one to fuck around. So, now, growing up, my mom was not about doctors.
Yes.
Like, they're all fucking dummies. None of them know what they're doing. Like, to the
Rub
point
some
to where
dirt in.
I'm pretty sure it's something like I got stabbed once by a kid and went inside, basically, got some duct tape and a washcloth, wrapped up the wound, went outside and beat the shit out of the kid.
Yeah,
And
because
when my mom came home, she was like, "What happened to your leg?" I'm like, "This kid stabbed me." And she looked at us like, "Yeah, no, good job."
What did he stab you with?
One of those like litter pick 'em up sticks. Like you see the
Oh God!
community service.
exactly. One of those, the thing designed for convicts to pick up trash, and I was stabbed with it.
Nice.
Like,
God
was it
knows
just
what
like,
was on that thing.
haha, check it out, this is gonna be great, or was it just like, fuck you?
No. He
Stabbed
threw it
you.
at me like a fucking spear, and it stabbed me in the back of the fucking leg. And now,
What? How did this start? I'm fascinated by this. Like, was he just like, man, I fucking hate Lee. I'm gonna stab him with this garbage picker.
no. He was a very by the book, like color by numbers, white trash kid.
Okay.
And so, we were like playing outside and shit like that. And then it evolved. He was like, it would evolve from like, regular kid shit to, oh, I know what'll enhance this game. How about this knife on a pole?
Yeah. Okay.
And the first time any of us saw it, besides him, was when it was hanging out of my leg.
Cool.
After he fucking launched this thing across the lawn. And, bear in mind, had I been a little bit slower or him a little bit stronger, he would have got me in the fucking back and punctured a lung or something. Like, it's a real near miss in my life.
Yeah.
And mom sees this bloody, taped up rag, and she's like, "No, man, aces, good work." And I'm like, "There's no way I didn't need stitches. Like, there's still a fucked up scar back there, and I was like 9 at the time."
Little did we know, Lee was baby Sabu.
Yeah.
It was fucking preposterous. So Nicole sometimes is like, you go to the doctor for like the littlest things. They go, one, it's my balls. So we're going to take real good care of the boys. And two, I might be course correcting for some shit from my childhood. Just a little bit.
Your broad telling you not to go to the doctor, so you load blowing doctor.
She was actually super on board. All kidding aside, we're going to see the ball
Good, because
doc.
you gotta blow them loads.
She's a load enthusiast. So she
Yeah.
wants to make sure those are good.
Who isn't? Who doesn't love a good load blowing?
No one. That's you. No one.
She was real concerned when you were eating nothing but potatoes, but, your balls start to hurt, and somebody's a big pussy for going to a doctor.
Like, it was intense. It was fucking. So just take care of your boys, people. To take care of your boys. I'm just saying, it's very important.
Your loads change
Probably.
when you ate all them potatoes? Were they
Ooh.
starchy?
That's a measure right there. I imagine they would have been comparatively low volume if I had to guess.
Okay.
Just again, wasn't feeling up to blowing many loads at the time because man, it was.
You needed
was not-
every
it was not good.
calorie in you. You needed all the protein you could get at the time.
Exactly. That would have been wasteful at that particular
Yeah,
stage.
you were
I just
past.
picture you like look at it in the Kleenex and you think about eating it for half a second. You're like, no,
No. Maybe later.
it's not potatoes.
No,
You
we
blow
need
a
'em.
load and you automatically pass out.
Yeah, there was again, Kelly, time and a place. That's what we're ultimately trying to get at here. Time and a place.
All you're eating is potatoes. Can't blow no loads.
No, you definitely should not. Again, you need all the amino acids for yourself.
God bless.
Okay, last thing to talk about real quick. Moving on, as we from this what is surely to be a demonetized conversation.
At least temporarily.
Yeah, at
YouTube,
least-
you ain't giving us no load bucks.
Yeah, at least temporarily. Bare minimum, we're gonna get flagged for review.
For at least the evening.
Yeah. I watched a couple of movies over the past couple of days. And now, I don't
Yes.
watch a lot of movies. Watch a lot of TV, shit like that. So, like, movies have kind of been passing me by for a little bit. But I watched on Amazon. I watched The Handmaiden.
Oh, that's a good time.
Holy shit! It is great, fucking phenomenal. It's like you think you know what it is, and it's not that thing, and then you can think you know what it is again, and not that thing either. It just keeps fucking taking you for turns, man, and like great little dialogue callbacks, like, and it looks astounding. Like it's a beautiful. It's a Park Chan-wook movie, the guy who did Old Boy, so it's a Korean flick. Totally cool, man. I'm like, it is so up your alley if you could get on board with watching a single fucking movie with subtitles on it. But she can't do it. Cannot.
Oh no, that would totally be up her alley.
Oh, she would love it.
She went to see those shitty 50 Shades movies. This is a actual quality erotic thriller.
Oh, so good. It's great. What, Mahoney?
You know what you should have told Nicole?
What's that?
You should have told her Kelly eats Band-Aids, Lee.
God damn it.
God damn it.
Lee. Ask me how my week went, Lee.
Hey, Mahoney.
Yeah?
How was your week?
It was fucking great, Lee.
Hey, all right.
I'm 2-1, Lee. There was a downside, though. I had to beat up on Knize.
Yeah.
98 to 75.5, and now poor Knize is 0-3. 0-3, winless.
Yep. One of only 2 winless teams in the entire league currently.
Hey.
Knize and 1.
Yep.
Alexa, this is so sad. Play Cake by the Ocean.
At least all of my losses
on Amazon Music.
That's doing it.
Yeah.
Well, now we're demonetized.
Now we're definitely gonna get flagged.
All right, Alexa. They don't want to lose their money. Shut up.
Every dime counts. Yeah, at least all 3 of the teams that I lost to started a quarterback, so I've got that going for me.
There you go.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this. It still seems like a bad idea to not have one of those things.
Yeah, well, it's okay, because this week, Tad beat Juan, but Tad did have to use his quarterback to do it. So, Juan's making progress. He only lost by, what's this math? 16. So, not bad. Getting there, Juan. Next week I play Tito, but the week after that, I play Juan. And I may not start a quarterback. We'll see.
Is that like the free space in the bingo game?
Yeah. Juan, let me tell you this. Juan, so confident in his abilities right now at 0-3, he's not even rolling with a full roster. He's just got an open spot on his bench. He's like, fuck it. I don't need every player. I can get to 0-3 with like half. I don't need all of them. So he's killing it. But yeah, Tad won Klingon Hug Dungeon. And that puts him at 1-2. So he was in danger of going 0-3, but made the smart move, started that quarterback against Juan, and bada bing, bada boom.
Settling.
Bada bing, bada boom, blow your loads.
Blowing loads all over Juan. All right. The unstoppable killing machine that is Mel. Mama says you got roaches. What do you think he did to Goat, Lee?
Proved to be unstoppable.
Do you think maybe he abused Goat? Because if you thought that maybe Mel abused Goat, you would think right.
I'm gonna say
112.5 to 80.
going full on context clues.
That's not that bad, considering some of the points Mel's been putting up.
It's not as bad as 70 points or whatever you had last week.
Right.
Yeah.
Not great.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually would have beat Mel this week if I was against him.
That looks like a score from last season.
Yeah. The scores are calming down this week.
Yeah.
I don't know, because Shark dropped 124.5 on Kelly.
Still a little bit on the high
and I had
end.
113.5.
But yeah, Kelly was not that far behind.
Kelly was
score
like,
only beat by 3 teams total in the league.
That's right. Kelly said, there ain't no way I'm losing by half a point again this week.
Yeah.
We went ahead and lost by like 9. So
I'm more okay with that loss.
yeah, progress.
And to be fair, I might be 0-3, but I did not have the lowest score this week.
Who had the lowest score? Is that Goat?
I believe.
Oh, I see who it was. It was Mary.
It was.
101-70, Jose beat Mary.
Oof.
Jose's first win of the season.
With his first win, Jose was almost 0-3. Until fucking Juan dropped one. Okay, Lee, you know how a draft works, right?
Let's say yes.
There's a whole bunch of players. Y'all go in order. You pick.
I said let's say yes.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Right? So, let's say you're 2 weeks into the fantasy football season, and you take a look at your number 2 draft pick, the guy you drafted with your second option, after you joke drafted Tom Brady with your very first option.
I don't agree that he joke drafts Tom Brady.
Okay, well,
No,
after
I think
you
he just
poorly
loves
drafted
Tom Brady.
with
Don't
your
you want Tom Brady?
first option. Not first. Not first. That's not how it works.
What the fuck are you talking about? Of course you want Tom Brady. I know that.
Fantasy
No.
football drafting logic is that you draft a high-ranking wide receiver or running back in the first few rounds. And then you start picking up your quarterback, probably earliest third round.
Every team scores points, Lee. Every quarterback scores points. Well, most of them. And there's only 12 of us. There's more than 12. There's like 30-something quarterbacks, so you don't need Tom Brady with pick number 1.
All right.
But anyways, you take pick number 2, and you get to the second week, and you say, fuck it, and you drop him. And then you don't even replace him with anybody. You just carry an open spot on your bench. And then you know what happens? Jose comes along and picks him up. So now Jose has Juan's number 2 draft pick, just chilling out on his bench.
Which was who? Devonta Freeman,
Yep.
who is currently questionable.
Yeah, but he was out for like a week.
Right.
Juan was like, I'm not waiting a week. Dropped him. Now Jose has him. And just you wait. Jose's going to go on a run, and it's going to be all Juan's fault.
To be fair, Devonta Freeman went 5.5 points first week and then 0 points 2 weeks in a row. But he was Juan's second-round pick.
He was out for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I think he got hurt in that 5.5. So, yeah. Still not somebody you should just throw out onto waivers. All right. Then we get to Tito and his Brooklyn Dark Knights. Tito put up 120 on poor Vetter, 111.5. And that's no good, Lee. I don't like it. Because I got to face Tito this week. And I don't need Tito dropping 120 points on me, because then
That's a big load.
It's a big load, and I don't want it all over me, Lee. I do not want it. I do not consent to Tito's giant fantasy football load.
Well, sometimes, you're just going to get it on you a bit.
Incredibly important load consent.
Talk to my cousin Paulie. He gets them on him all the time.
Oh, my God.
There's no way Doc Tippadino does not have a cousin named Paulie.
What's his Facebook? Let's look him up.
He 1,000% has a cousin named Paulie. Paulie T.
Paulie T. The T stands for top of the class at load blowing.
I'm Paulie Tippadino of the Shelbyville Tippadinos.
Oh, yeah. How's your mom?
That's great.
You done now?
I'm at crossroads.
That's everybody. You want to hear about any of the free agents out on the waiver wire? You got any waiver picks for us, Lee?
No.
Tiki Barber. Say Tiki Barber.
Tiki Barber.
Brian
Would-
Stone Cold
would you start-
Bosworth.
Would you start Tiki Barber in your flex, Lee?
You know what? I think I might.
Yeah, I probably would.
He seems like good people.
I'm at a crossroads with my fantasy football team. Obviously, things can't get worse. They can continue. They can continue to be bad.
Nice. They can always get worse.
They can continue
Time
to
to
be
pick
bad.
up Tiki Barber off the waiver wire now.
So last week I dropped Jordy Nelson, who was a big point getter for me last season. I dropped him because he wasn't producing, and then this week he puts up like 20-something. So it's like, do I stick with my current team and hope that things kind of work themselves out and maybe these guys put up 20, 30, 40, 50 points on any given week? Or do I continue to move things around and possibly fuck myself even further than I already have? So that's where I'm at in my mind right now.
See, I took my shitty kicker who keeps missing field goals, dropped him, watched Tad pick him up, and then watched him miss a bunch of field goals for Tad. And felt relieved. Because if Tad had picked him up and he put up, 20 points, I would have been pretty annoyed.
Yeah,
so
that
to
sucks.
watch him just continually ping him off the uprights was pretty great. Sorry, Tad. Nothing personal.
It's a real garbage ass season, if you ask me.
Real shitty season. But next week, when I beat up on Tito, it's all going to be pretty great.
Jose, you got a record of 1 and 2 so far this season. What is your thoughts so far?
The whole thing's fucked. Go ahead and put a fucking asterisk by this season.
I agree.
Sure.
I agree, Jose. Sure.
ESPN, the global leader in sports.
Yeah, the same. I was like, he's not here.
Dun-dun-dun.
Or is he?
It's like he never left.
I'm so happy.
We have fun.
Yeah, we do.
We have fun. It's a good time.
So, Mahoney,
Yes.
how are your loads?
Healthy.
Healthy,
Doing
healthy,
good.
good loads?
You got some good loads there, Mahoney.
You know it.
They still, the load's still functional, or did you get fixed?
Oh no, yeah, that was fixed a while back.
Yeah, boy, there you go. Yeah.
Do you have any issue with one ball being more tender than the other?
I sure don't.
You ain't got no dimes in your balls?
Everything on me is doing just fine.
Must be fucking nice.
It
The
is.
only-
Let me.
The only dime here is Mahoney. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
Look at me. I'm a honey. All my bits work right.
It's a perfect 10 at blowing.
Not a single one of my balls hurts. It's all going great.
All 3 are all right.
Ooh, baby, you made me wish I had 3 hands.
I got 5 kids to feed.
You ever see a porn where
Yes.
the chick sucks on the balls and stretches them away from the body?
Yeah, that's not
Yeah,
good.
I don't like that. I want nothing to do with that.
Nah. Just look at bare minimum. That's gonna sting, right? Like,
Yeah.
It's like,
At least on the recoil.
yeah. And that's the kind of thing I
Yeah.
feel like they always seem to spring it too, and I think that's fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
That's a conversation you got to have ahead of time.
Even if it doesn't snap back like a rubber band or something, seems like a big waste of time.
Yeah.
Why are we doing this?
Well, the balls
Yeah.
are you're very
I don't
sensitive.
need anyone
part of the
trying to
anatomy.
ping pong my balls.
I seen this one where it's 2 chicks.
See to this one.
One's got the dick, one's got the balls, but they're going diagonal opposite each other. And
I like that you were the doctor for the first half of the story.
And I imagine the sensation has got to be very confusing because one's going this way, one's going that way. It's like, oh my god, I don't know what to feel.
Like, you ever tried to pat your stomach and rub your head at the same
Right.
time? That's fucked up, man.
Shaking
Well,
one
that's what's going
person's
on in our
hand while
fantasy load blowing football.
I feel like I would definitely get the championship belt in fantasy load blowing. That's all I'm saying.
No, I think Juan probably wins the for just pure amount.
Wow.
You really
Shots
think so?
fired, Kelly.
Love you, Juan.
You sure
Fucking
it's not
damn,
just
man.
dust by now?
You only
Oh,
hope.
that'd be kind of cool. Just all of a sudden you're done and just a poof comes flying out.
Just
Just a
LeBron
just a
James
dead Marvel
intro.
hero.
Yeah, you just dust off your pants and you just go about your day.
And there was a time, man, when on the road to, what was it, 15 loads after the vasectomy, it was a little dusty.
Oh yeah.
It was
Did you
getting
ever
pretty
have?
rough.
Were you guys ever when you were a kid, you would do it and you were at the time when nothing would come out?
Oh yeah. That was
Yeah.
that was a great couple of weeks.
It was awesome, right? Because there's no clean. I got real bummed out when I realized I had to clean shit up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So much to look forward to as a parent. It's gonna be great.
I'm sure Jax is going to be super clean. He's totally not going to leave loads all over your house.
Everywhere. Fucking everywhere.
Don't touch any socks that you
You're
find
gonna get
on the
home
ground.
from the gym, and he's gonna be like, "Dad, I'm blowing a load all over you."
It shouldn't be that funny. Oh, god damn it.
Dad, I'm blowing a load in the refrigerator.
Oh god, he's gonna be a fucking animal. Just a goddamn animal.
His room is gonna look like the alien queen's nest. You're gonna have to go in there with a power loader.
No. Jax is the power loader.
Power unloader.
God.
Oh my god, what a show.
Don't worry, we'll still be doing this show so we can talk all about it in 11 years.
We will probably still be doing this.
Kelly will be on his third Japanese wife.
Will they be like in succession, or just will he be accruing them? Like,
I'm interested in. I don't know.
Hey man, it's your life.
yeah,
Live it, man.
I don't know. I guess I'm Mormon now.
do it.
Don't fucking let society dictate your life, Kelly.
Yeah, maybe
There
you're
you
just
go.
a dude with 3 Japanese wives.
Yeah, it's 2018.
Yeah.
By then it'll be like 2030 and shit. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good stuff. All right, let's fucking move on.
Nice. What are you going to be doing in 2030?
Ooh.
Oh, hopefully something.
You know what? That's the most hopeful thing I've ever heard in my life. That is the most hopeful thing I've ever heard. You know what? Something. Just hoping for anything.
Hopefully breathing
There you go. Good.
without the aid of a machine.
You won't have no, because if you ever need a machine, I'm just gonna get a tube and I'm gonna blow in your mouth over and over again. I got you.
Hopefully not having signed a DNR. Just living life.
You're just gonna be propped up on the couch next to me. I'm gonna be blowing in your air tube. I'll chew up a mouthful of potatoes, spit those down there. It'll be great.
Every once in a while, he'll just fart in it. No, that's cool. No, if he were conscious, he would really like this. It's fine.
Yeah.
He'd
So
think it was
essentially, you're going to weekend at Bernie's him.
No,
Just
he's alive, Kelly.
Well, no. I know.
I'm
But
keeping
like,
him alive with my life-saving breath.
it's weekend at Bernie's, but you're like farting in his mouth every now and then.
Wasn't that in Weekend at Bernie's? Didn't they fart in his mouth?
Very
I'm
well
sure they
could
did.
have. Did I ever tell you about the idea I had for a movie if Bernie had gotten elected president?
Whoa! I love it. I love it.
It was going to be House Party at Bernie's, and it was going to bring back Kid and Play, and they were going to host a party at the White House. And in the process of setting things up, they were going to knock Bernie unconscious, and he would fall into a coma. And they would have to pretend that he was still awake and still the president, you know.
I like it
Now,
better.
is this dead Bernie from Weekend at Bernie's who's president, or Bernie Sanders?
It would be Bernie Sanders.
Oh,
Alright,
okay.
Or at least
I
it
prefer
would be
dead
Larry
Bernie
David as
to
Bernie
Weekend.
Sanders.
I like the idea of dead Bernie from the 2 Weekend at Bernie's movies somehow becoming president.
Yes.
And then
That's
Kid and
pretty-
Play
Yeah, no, that fits with current times.
Kid and Play performing at his inauguration party. And like they lose him or something.
Also, let's take a minute to remind everyone that Weekend at Bernie's is a comedy.
It is.
Yep.
Movie about 2 guys desecrating a corpse for an entire weekend, and it's yuck laugh time.
The Potato Joe, Andrew, and I believe Amanda just recently did Comic-Con, like one of those horror cons.
Yep. Sure.
And Bernie was doing photo ops as
No
Bernie.
kidding.
Yes.
Oddly fitting, yeah.
Like,
I don't do photo ops.
That's fucking cool.
I do one of those. I
Yeah,
might do that.
That one would probably be worth it.
Yeah, I want Bernie like slumped on my shoulder with a cigarette hanging out of his mouth and sunglasses on.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Like that's as cool as Robert Englund in the makeup.
Yeah. No, that's fantastic. That's pretty good.
Kelly, have you seen Weekend at Bernie's?
No, actually.
They're pretty
I
great.
feel like you get the gist of it, though.
Love those movies.
What, it's Andrew McCarthy and who's the other guy?
Jonathan Silverman,
There you go. That's it.
right?
Yep, sounds about right. So, yeah. Watch The Handmaiden, you guys. Good stuff. Get on the,
What else did you watch?
report back on that, Mahoney. Let us know how you like The Handmaiden.
All right, I'll let you know next week.
Good
Yeah,
stuff.
it's a good ass movie.
Yeah.
Good ass movie.
I look forward to the results of your bout against Tito.
I'm nervous about it, but I think I can take him. I figure my strategy for this week. Nobody tell Tito. Tito, if you're listening, cover your ears.
Tito, earmuffs.
I'm
Secret
gonna put my hand right on his forehead. You see, and I'm not gonna bend my elbow.
I like it.
He's not gonna
I
be
like
able to
it.
reach me. So
Yeah. Perfect.
yeah,
The fucking foolproof plan.
yeah, got him. Okay, Tito, you can listen now.
Oh, don't let your kids watch The Handmaiden unless they're cool 69ing.
Yeah. Don't. Yeah. That's. Yeah. Let's put that out there too. I have the age restricted viewing thing on my Prime on my PlayStation because I have small kids. Didn't come up not one time before The Handmaiden.
Really?
Yeah, and then shit gets real, and I'm like, oh boy. Like,
That's not a movie you really want to watch with your bros.
No.
That'd just be a weird time.
Yeah.
All right, well, it sounds like a podcast movie night, if you ask me.
Oh, awkward. So awkward.
But no bunch of you watching this 69 movie, blowing loads.
It's a fucking great movie, and it is what I was home alone at the time. Was home alone, and it was over, and I was like, there's no one here for me to share how fucking rad this was. And I'm trying to tell Nicole, I'm like, you got she would love it if she'd watch this untitled movie.
You know what you should have told her, Lee? Should have told her Kelly eats Band-Aids.
Don't tell her, Lee. Just dub the movie yourself.
Kelly, I've been sending you tweets, Kelly.
I can't see them.
Well,
I'll just dub it back and forth. Me with these Asian ladies falling in love. Oh god! Another movie I watched real quick had wildly different results. Again, Handmaiden fucked me up for a day and a half. Great movie. I also watched Mandy.
Fuck yeah, you did.
How did you watch Mandy?
Watched it Amazon, rented it for $6 on Amazon.
Okay.
You can rent it on Amazon. Goat came over, and we were super excited. We've been on a Nick Cage kick lately. I did also show Goat the incredible behind-the-scenes photo of Nick Cage in the Ghost Rider face paint for no fucking reason.
Yes.
And almost broke his brain. He hadn't seen it either. It is delightful.
I watched a video of Nick Cage recently. He was promoting Mandy. It was on Vanity Fair. They do a timeline of an actor's career, their favorite roles, and they kind of
interesting
do an oral history of behind the scenes of certain characters, certain movies. And Nick Cage did one recently, and he seemed pretty chill, pretty not fucking insane throughout the entirety of it. He's still Nick Cage. He's still a weirdo who's been stuck in Hollywood for the past 50 years, but not completely out there insane, except at one point he raises his left hand to his face, and on his left hand he has rings that would make Prince John blush. Giant, ridiculous rubies and gems on his fingers on this one hand.
Prince John. That's a fucking great cut.
Right? They looked like they should be sucked off of his fingers by Little John.
Not the bear, but Little John the rapper. Oh god, that's fucking phenomenal. So, it was not what I expected it to be. I was thinking it was going to be a little more of the Nick Cage crazy than I got, which we still got some Nick Cage crazy. Don't get me wrong.
There's some prime Nick Cage crazy moments in there.
Yeah, some prime Nick Cage crazy moments. But you had mentioned last week that at some point shit just stops making sense, and you weren't wrong, man. I have so many questions. I don't remember the last time I watched a movie that raised so many questions that it gave zero fucks about even considering answering.
Yeah. Beyond the Black Rainbow is the same way. This guy's previous movie.
Yeah, what's that dude's name?
I can't think of his name.
Has something or other? Something weird like that? I don't know. But like...
Panos Cosmatos.
There you go.
That's it.
Rolls off
It's
the
a
tongue.
rad as fuck name.
He sounds like a Fantastic Four villain.
It really does. Look, man, I'm glad I watched it. It's gorgeous. Really gorgeous. Some really good performances in it. Lots of weird like camera tricks and shit. But just I don't know if these things were there might be demons in it, or they might just be bikers who fried their brains on bad LSD. Really does not specify, and I feel like that's the kind of thing that really you want underlined in a movie. It's just fucking wild. It is worth watching, and you'll have a good time.
Oh yeah.
But as far as was it good? I really don't know. I'm not sure.
It's funny, in that Vanity Fair video, he talks about how they originally approached him to be the weird Jesus-y cult leader. And he's like, nah, I'd rather be the normal dude, the main guy. And they're like, I don't know, Nick Cage.
The guy they got as the cult leader was awesome.
Yeah, he's awesome. There's a lot of really good performances in it. But
I really like that scene where he angrily masturbates at someone.
Yeah. So it's also a family movie.
How are his loads?
Oh, they were sad.
Oh, he had himself.
They're not great.
He had himself a sad cum.
Yeah, I think so.
More angry than anything.
Yeah, and maybe a little disappointed.
Yeah.
If not angry, definitely disappointed. That's one you definitely can watch with your bros.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And there was a minute towards the beginning where Goat says, "Man, we should have smoked a big fat dude before we watched this movie." And then 15 minutes later, I'm like, dude, I'm really glad we didn't smoke a big fat dude before watching this movie.
Oh, it would fuck you up real hard.
I don't know what would ever come out of it.
Yeah, you don't need any kind of doobies for this movie. It's plenty doobie on its own.
Yeah, it's a fucking trip. But I can't say if it's good, but definitely can recommend that you watch it. it's one of those.
I fall into the it's good camp. I love it. Like that again. I don't
think it's bad. It's definitely not bad.
I'm in for anything that dude does now, that director, because just his movies are so beautiful.
Fucking trip. Well, what's going on, Kelly?
Spider-Man.
It's good time. It's good time.
That's about it. I started playing Spider-Man on Friday morning. It took me a while to get into it because it had to do updates and shit. And for whatever reason, you know how when you put your PS4 to sleep, it's supposed to do the updates?
Yeah.
Yeah, I decided it didn't want to do the updates for Spider-Man. So I had to make sure my PS4 was on for however, the 4 hours or whatever it needed. So that was annoying.
I bought a physical disc copy of that game, specifically so I didn't have to dump a bunch of shit on my hard drive.
Yeah, because that would be a big-ass game to put on the hard drive.
The first goddamn thing it does is dump 50 gigs on my hard drive. And I'm like,
yeah.
Why did I buy the disc then? Yeah, pricks.
Yeah, it's a super fun game. Love just zipping around New York. The fighting feels really good. And just the story's really well done. I can't remember the guy's name that is Peter, but he delivers a really fantastic performance.
Yeah, I watched an episode of the Spectacular Spider-Man with Jax the other day, and there was a minute where I thought it was the same dude. They sound that similar, but it's not.
Aw. Yeah, really, all of the acting and voice work is super on point.
And the character designs are really great, and it's all just fucking aces, man.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, you can't run a real estate scam with a chicken.
No.
But it's still a pretty solid video game.
But you can still go around chasing pigeons.
I hate the fucking pigeons so much.
Tell me about the pigeons.
That's the thing that everyone's been talking about, and I cleared it in half an hour.
I've got 6 of the 12. So I'm okay at it, but like I started doing that. I go, oh, okay, cool. So I found the thing about this otherwise great game that I fucking hate. Like, I hate the pigeons so much.
Yeah, I saw you talking about the pigeons, and I assumed it was Riddler trophies.
No, well, that's the thing. The Riddler trophies are not. They're the backpacks. Peter has backpacks all over the city.
And yeah, at least you get something cool out of those. Because
Yeah,
then
every
you
backpack
get
has a thing in it, like a trinket, and he kind of like has a little. He talks about the trinkets and what's in there, which is actually pretty cool. And they tell you exactly where they are. You can just fly around and get them. You know, so there's no puzzles or whatever. But the pigeons, there's just some dude that Spidey kind of knows, and he keeps pigeons, but he had to move because the pigeons are gone. So you gotta just chase pigeons around the city, and they have really erratic flight patterns, and that fucking sucks. Because while the web slinging is great, it's not exactly precise.
I'm not gonna lie, it may work to my advantage because I'm a fairly erratic web slinger.
just spazzing out.
Yeah, it came pretty naturally to me with their flight patterns.
That's pretty funny.
Just blowing web loads non-discriminately across the city.
Yeah.
So many.
I'm like, I am like you, pigeon. Come over here. Be my friend. Yeah, there's only like one where I had to try it like to catch it over again, you know, when it like decides like, you're done. It went back to the starting point again. That only happened once. I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do them all. Like I'm going to definitely 100% this game for sure.
Yeah, the only thing I'd heard that is that at some point there's like another set of landmarks we're gonna have to take pictures of.
Oh, okay.
But they're like secret.
Oh, that annoys the fuck out of me. But
Yeah,
okay.
so pretty much 2 of the 3 people I've talked to that completed the game used guides online to do that part.
Well, sure.
Did you guys
So
find
I'm
the Lockjaw
probably
statue
gonna do
yet?
the same. What was that?
Did you find that Lockjaw statue yet?
Yep.
Nice.
I have not seen it yet. No.
I really think this game is the best visual representation of the Marvel New York.
See, and I was saying last night, one of the little side missions had me swinging around Times Square for a minute. And it looks like fucking Times Square. You got the big red staircase, the whole 9.
Yep.
But I had a moment where I'm like, man, it'd be really cool. The only thing that's missing is like a bunch of shitty Spider-Man cosplayers. Like a bunch of like a bunch of Avengers walking around with the head. Like that would have been just
brilliant.
That would have been great.
That's the only thing that I'm like, missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Did you try to find our hotel from Toy Fair?
Yes, actually. One of the first things I did when I got there, I'm like, hey, I have an actual point of reference for this thing in real life.
Yeah.
Couldn't find it.
No.
Must be licensing, I guess.
Talking Toy Fair on a conference call tomorrow.
Oh,
yeah.
Good times.
Yeah, so I'm at like 40. I'm closing in on 50% completion. And I started Friday morning.
It's fucking fun.
It's a really, really fun game.
Yeah,
and it doesn't feel like you're putting a whole bunch of time into it. Like, it's one of those games where all of a sudden you're like, oh, fuck, it's been 5 hours.
Well, I need to go to bed now.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking forward to, absolutely, without a doubt, getting that DLC season pass. That's definitely going to happen.
Yeah, I need to get that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I need to finish this thing before next Tuesday, because that's when the Fist of the North Star game comes out. And that's going to be taking up all my time.
Well, it's good to have a plan, Kelly.
It is.
Life goals are important. Fucking A.
I need to go in the wasteland and be a bartender.
It sounds riveting.
Well, also, I need to like poke people real hard so they explode.
Fucking get that death poke button going.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking astounding. What you got going on, Knize?
Well, it's been what you would call hot as balls here in Florida for the past, let me see, 26 years. But Mary and I have our, excuse me, have our Disney passes, and our blackout dates ended mid-August, and we had been meaning to get back there. And it's either just been too hot or we've been too tired, too lazy, what have you. And, we've been wanting to get back there. They got the Food and Wine Festival at Epcot right now. They recently opened Toy Story Land at Hollywood Studios, so we've had a lot of reason to get out there. Finally made it out.
But one good reason not to.
Yeah, we're big fans of canceling plans these days, me and my wife.
Hey,
nothing
more rewarding than canceling a plan.
Like, we
Yeah,
make
it's the
plans,
best.
and we're like, hey, let's not do that thing and just stay home. And we both high five.
Some of my darkest, deepest fantasies are just that now.
And what's funny is it's not like we're making plans with other people. It's just our plans that we've made, but
That's the
instead
best.
we're just going to stay home.
Fucking high five.
So finally, this past Wednesday, we made it out to Disney's Hollywood Studios to check out Toy Story Land. We got ourselves a fast pass for Toy Story Mania. Lee, you've been to Hollywood Studios in the past few years, and you've done the Toy Story ride, right?
Yeah.
Where it's the 3D glasses, and it's basically a carnival game where you're shooting shit the entire ride.
It's pretty cool.
Oh, it's a dope ass ride, but for a while there, the standby lines were 70, 80, 90 minutes long, and you could never get a fast pass for it. But with the opening of Toy Story Land, they've rearranged where you enter. They've added a track, and now it's basically the number 3 ride in Toy Story Land. So
wow,
we were able to get a fast pass. We roll up in there. The place is awesome, like super crazy, awesome themed. Like the fences they look like used popsicle sticks.
That's cool.
Like Andy has been eating popsicles and then putting them together, and everything. It's giant. You're supposed to be shrunk down to the size of a toy, to the point where if you're getting on a ride, the cast members will greet you as, "Oh, looks like we have some new toys here." Like there's
Nice.
There's giant Andy footprints on the ground, and then there's the alien swirling saucers, which is kind of like a Mad Teacups kind of deal, which we were able to just walk right on. It was super dope. And then they have the Slinky Dog coaster, which still is the highest capacity ride there. Like probably 40-minute standby. We weren't fucking around with that. The park closed at 8. We got there at 6. So we just kind of hung out in Toy Story Land, did the Midway Mania, which is great. I whipped Mary's ass at that. We had a fast pass, and then because the standby line was so short, we were going to turn right back around and get back on. But the functionality of the ride is you're pulling on this string to shoot your gun. So if you're like into the ride, by the time the ride's over, your forearms are wrecked. So we get off the ride and with the intention of riding it again, and Mary and I are both like, "No, I can't do that again. My arm's so tired." The absolute number one thing in Toy Story Land, without a doubt, is at Woody's Lunchbox. It's their little quick service restaurant. They got these things called tachos, y'all. Tachos.
Tachos are great.
They are crispy tater tots.
Oh.
Covered in chili, cheese, Fritos, sour cream, and chopped up green onions.
Holy shit.
$9. $9 for what turns out to be like the size of a Big Mac, the bowl full of them. Best thing I've eaten at Disney World in the past year, by far. I discussed with my wife tonight. I was like, I imagine in the near future, one of us will have a taste for tachos, and we will make a trip to Disney's Hollywood Studios and Toy Story Land just to have a dinner of tachos. Shit was that fire.
Damn, son.
Yeah. 100%. Then we hit up
the kind of thing you can 1,000% make at home easily.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, but like I don't have a fryer at home, so I'm not going to be frying up tachos or frying up tater tots.
Yeah.
So they would be coming out of the oven, which it's
not the same.
Not going to be the same.
Nah, it's fine. but it's not the same.
And for what you get, the amount that you get for $9 is one of the best values that we've gotten as far as food at Disney World, the past few months. Like we went, once we went last week to Hollywood Studios, we got the bug up our ass. So we're like, okay, let's go to Magic Kingdom this weekend. So we made plans on Saturday to head out to Magic Kingdom, or it was Sunday, and they have these things called cheeseburger egg rolls, and it's egg rolls stuffed with cheese, ground beef, and like mustard and pickles. So it kind of tastes like
fucking
cheese.
dope too.
It tastes like cheeseburger, and there's these little tiny egg rolls. You get 2 of them, and it's $7.
Fuck that.
Jeez.
And I'm like, it's good, but it ain't no tachos. Yeah, we booked 3 fast passes in advance for Magic Kingdom, and we're killing it. We're just like no wasted movements whatsoever when we were there. We're just hitting our fast pass, hitting a show in between fast passes, next fast pass, do another show. Just it was fluid motions to the point where the deal is you can book up to 3 fast passes in advance. Once you have tapped in for your 3rd fast pass, you can book another one.
Nice.
So our 3rd fast pass was Haunted Mansion. We buzz in. I'm immediately on the app. I'm like, boom, Small World. And we get off of Haunted Mansion and walk right up to Small World as our fast pass time comes up. Tap into Small World. I'm in the app. Boom. Under the Sea with Ariel, the Little Mermaid ride. Get off of Small World. Walk over to the Little Mermaid ride exactly as our fast pass time hits. I was chasing a fucking dragon, you guys.
That all sounds really not leisurely.
No, it's not. It's not.
Like that sounds like a lot of work for fun.
You can
go. Have fun.
You can do leisurely at Disney. Or you can hit it hard. And we were hitting it hard that day. We got there at 10 a.m. We left probably between 2 and 3 o'clock, and we did something like 7 rides and 2 shows in that time.
That's intense, man.
Yeah, we fucking killed it. Because also the park closed at 6 o'clock that day because they were doing the Mickey's Halloween party that night. So it's like, we got to go. And, sometimes hitting it hard like that is just as much fun. But we get into the
fucking paint.
We get into the Little Mermaid ride. I'm trying to book a fast pass for Winnie the Pooh, but it's like the closest we could get was an hour and a half away. And we're like, fuck it. We're done. Tap out. Let's go ride the train to the front and get out of here. And that's pretty much it.
That's pretty fucking rad, dude.
Thank you.
Good for you.
And planning to hit up Epcot tomorrow night for the Food and Wine Festival, which is little tastes of food for $6 a pop.
Awesome. Sounds 100% worth it.
And then tonight, we went out. Solo came out on DVD today. So the plan was to hit up Target. They had a very specific special edition that we wanted to get. And then we were also going grocery shopping. We dropped 2 bills at Target and 150 grocery shopping, and then got dinner for like $20. We dropped nearly $400 in the span of an hour and a half tonight.
There you go.
Nice.
Fucking balling,
Because
son.
not only did we have to get the $30 Solo special edition, but Mary also had to get refills for her new Instax camera, which are basically $1 a picture. So $50 for that, and then
oh god,
me, I need my balls to be dry at all times. So a couple bottles of Gold Bomb ball spray, that'll set you back $15 easy. And then before you know it, you're ringing up at the self-checkout at Target, and it's $200.
Been there.
4 boxes of Monster cereal, Oh, the Monster cereal is out, by the way, at Target.
Yeah, I'm right.
Nice.
Got some Frankenberry the other day.
Yeah, we got two Count Choculas, a Frankenberry, and a Boo Berry. I wish
that right there.
they would bring back Yummy Mummy.
Where the fuck it's at?
That year that they brought back Yummy Mummy was a revelation. I had never had it before then. It was dope.
Every time you bring this up, I forget that it is a thing that happened.
Yeah.
Like, I always forget that Yummy Mummy ever existed. Like, it's brand new every year.
They kind of teased it, too, in their some of their marketing. They were using Fruit Brute and Yummy Mummy in the trade dress and shit. So I was like, oh, shit, they're bringing them back. Nope. Just the regular old basic-ass monster cereals. Take what I can get.
Playing with your goddamn emotions. That ain't cool. Ain't cool at all. All right, so want to get on this list or news? What do you want to do first?
Oh, yeah. I wanted to bring up, as part of my week, this Joaquin Phoenix Joker.
Yeah. About that.
So, I think last week, before the show, they had released some of the on-set pictures of him just in plain clothes, like interacting with a big fat clown.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, okay, it's a Joker origin movie, all right.
Yeah.
And then they released this test footage of Joaquin Phoenix in his street clothes with some creepy music and flashes of the Joker makeup and costume. And I like the editing of the video. I like the tone they set. I like the kind of horror movie lean it kind of had to it. Not the biggest fan of the makeup. But
Makeup's weird.
I kind of get it to where if he didn't have the red nose and the blue highlights, he would look like the Heath Ledger Joker. So I assume they're adding these flourishes to kind of set it apart. But then they released more set photos and video of him in like a subway in full Joker costume with a gang, and I'm not fully on board, but I can't ever dismiss a Joker right at face value because so many people did that for Heath Ledger when those first photos came out. So Joker specifically, I'm very tentative with.
Just doesn't seem like it's anything that I would ever want to see in a movie.
As far as a Joker origin, yeah, absolutely. Because they nailed it in Dark Knight where he's just constantly changing the story.
Yeah.
But then again, Dark Knight was 10 years ago. We've had 3 different Spider-Men in that length of time.
Yeah, but also in 70 fucking years of Joker comics, there's still not a definitive origin.
Right.
What was it?
Yeah, we don't need the definitive origin.
Yeah. Then even say at one point is what's the best part about having an origin is if it's multiple choice, he says to Batman one time.
Yeah.
I don't need the first act of a fucking Joker movie to be him walking around not as the fucking Joker.
I don't need to know that the Joker used to get slapped around by his dad or whatever, you know?
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna get slapped around by his dad.
Oh, exactly.
There's no way he's not gonna, get beat around by bozos in the background or some shit like that. It's gonna be something really super on the nose.
If you think about it, and if you look at it at face value, Joaquin Phoenix is a nut. Crazy. Great actor. Should work perfectly as the Joker. He's even got the fucking cleft palate. He's already got facial mouth scars to work into his character. My problem is I wish they had gone with Joaquin Phoenix first and not fuck with that Jared Leto Joker whatsoever. Had this been our Suicide Squad Joker, I would probably be fully on board. And who's to say, it might very well be a good fucking movie.
It could be fun.
Yeah.
It could be good.
And from what I understand, it's totally out of the continuity of the DC movie.
Sure.
Because, why not?
But
I think that's going to be how these movies are from now on, because I think pretty much going to give up on that with both Batman and Superman leaving.
But imagine a Joaquin Phoenix Joker and a Margot Robbie Harley Quinn.
Yeah. But then I also saw that they're doing some they're still talking some shit about doing a Joker and Harley movie.
Yeah.
With that Joker. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You can't like fuck around and like have, I don't know, maybe I'm just an asshole, but having two Jokers at once is kind of a weird move.
They've set a precedent with TV Flash and movie Flash.
Well, yeah, but that's TV and movie.
Sure,
like,
sure. You know, I'm playing devil's advocate here.
Yeah, I guess, but just what I really want to see though is that Black Adam.
You're
wait
such
for that
a
one.
dick. You're such a dick about the DC movies.
I can't help it. It gives me no reason not to be.
Okay.
I have got no reason to not be a dick about those movies.
You know, you're not wrong.
I would love to not be, okay? Like, I don't want to be this way. They made me do it.
All right. Lee, for those listening at home, and I've already posted the link to this trailer in the population group on Facebook. If you're listening and you're not part of that population group, hit us up and we'll add you, because every so often we'll have a rousing discussion about something. So I just shared the link to the trailer in our Popcast group here. Lee, King Transformers of the Popcast, has not watched the trailer yet.
I have not. I've been too busy playing Spider-Man and trying to fix my balls.
So,
well, you got to stop trying to Spider-Man on things.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have to do a live trailer reaction.
We might have to.
Of the new Bumblebee trailer.
Because I haven't seen this either. I've just seen the stills from it.
Okay, well,
and I will say that every the one trailer that I saw before, it gives me a little bit of hope.
You were really stoked about the fact that his head was in his undercarriage.
Yeah, that's cool. That's what the fuck it should be.
All right, let's watch this and let's discuss. So I just dropped that link. It is the number 11 on trending video on YouTube right now. It is the Paramount Pictures upload, the 2018 Bumblebee new official trailer from Paramount Pictures, dropped on September 24th.
Standing at a little under 4.5 million views.
Yep.
Not bad. All right, let's kick the sucker off. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1, go.
Gotta have a tease before the trailer.
Obviously.
That's so weird to me that that's a thing.
I'm 18. Today.
Is that girl that made that song about diddling herself?
Yes. Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah. She was in True Grit, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Lee's favorite part.
That's fucking cool.
It is
His
cool.
face.
And
Was that his dick that fell on the ground a little while ago?
I think it was his arm.
Oh, he's got the little horns?
One of my problems with that first trailer that we watched was they seemed to look like just regular Michael Bay Transformers.
Hey, it's John Cena.
Like a little less so. It looks a little soft, less like a murder machine.
Oh, just wait.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's cool.
So these are actual Transformers. Look, it's Cybertron.
Look at that. Holy shit, that looked cool too. Ooh.
Yeah, those all look fucking sweet.
Whoa.
Oh, Starscream looks badass.
Oh, come on!
Now, see, that's cool as hell. Fuck, I really want to see this movie now.
This is how we stop them. You've got me.
See, they finally learned, hey, maybe we should just make the Transformers look like Transformers.
Wow, look at that.
Like,
Oh,
that
he's
looks like
missed it.
so much fun.
He's precious. That looks like so much fun. Wow, look at that.
Yeah, like
Look at that.
they look like fucking Transformers. Now, and in the discussion in the population group on Facebook, there was a lot of cautious optimism and a lot of comments along the lines of, you see Shockwave that looks like G1 Shockwave. You see what looks like G1 Optimus fucking Prime. Soundwave with Ravage coming out of his chest. And, like, a lot of that stuff looks like it takes place on Cybertron. So it
Definitely.
could all be part of some minute-and-a-half long flashback.
Most likely, yes.
Yeah.
But
at the same time, he is also fighting normal-ass looking Starscream and two other guys.
I'm not sure if that is...
Blitzwing.
You think
Was that
it's
Blitzwing?
Blitzwing?
Yeah, he looks just like Starscream, but it's apparently Blitzwing.
Oh, okay.
We'll just say it's Starscream. It looks more like Starscream than any Starscream they've done in these movies before.
Yeah, that's why everyone thought he was Starscream. And they're like, no, it's Blitzwing. And everyone's like, fuck you. It's Starscream.
I think it was Rob who mentioned in the population group that it's the guy who directed Kubo and the Two Strings is directing this.
Is that right?
So it's not
Interesting.
just some Michael Bay work for hire dude.
That's exciting. Like, and I hope this does, because the last one was one, a hate crime, and two, fucking nobody saw it. Like, I was like one of 9 people that watched it. It bombed at the box office, didn't sell any fucking toys, to the point where they took Transformers 6 and 7 off the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if this goes well, they could soft reboot the whole damn thing with this. Like, and this looks like so much fucking fun.
And it's set in the 80s, so you get that nostalgia kick of the whole thing.
Yeah, and I wonder how hard they're going to lean into this being a prequel, and how much of it'll just be its own thing.
Well, I think, between this and what was essentially the first Transformers movie, you've got 20 years to play with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before,
But they also, by the time you get to, like, the 4th and 5th movie, they just face fuck their continuity so hard.
Right. So they might be
Doesn't
first
make
class
any
in
sense
it.
anyway.
Doing a nice little soft reboot first class.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's entirely possible.
That looks great.
It looks super promising. I think Kerouac, his criticism was some of that Cybertron stuff looks like something out of a video game.
It kind of does.
Yeah.
But I'm fine with
A
that.
really
That's actually
awesome
what
fucking
I
video
wanted out
game.
of a Transformers movie.
You know what also looks like a video game? Every other Transformers movie.
Right.
Yeah.
That looks like one I want to play.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's so frustrating to think that this is what these Transformers movies could have been the entire time.
Oh, yeah.
But then again, we still got to see if they come correct with a story, with a script.
And just, if this guy, this director, who I feel bad for not knowing his name, and we're talking about him, like, all it takes is someone who gives a shit.
Yeah.
Like, someone who, like, really gives a shit about the property and the characters. And, like, no one is ever going to accuse Michael Bay of giving half a shit about these characters.
No. Travis Knight directed Kubo and the Two Strings.
There you go. Fuck, and I love Kubo and the Two Strings. So yeah, I'm on board. I'll check it out. I'll take the kids for sure. Be good. Damn,
Well,
that's
I am
exciting.
glad we made you wait until the show because your reaction was exactly what I expected.
That looks delightful.
Like, oh, what? What was your reaction to Soundwave and Ravage? You were like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Are you kidding me? Oh, my God.
It took 11 years.
One other piece of news I wanted to talk about, and that will transition us into our last-minute top 6 that we put together, is Telltale Games is closing up fucking shop.
That is crazy.
Apparently,
Yeah.
Mary read deeper into the story, and like, apparently, the Walking Dead game was the only game that they actually made money off of. Everything else they lost money on.
Really?
Well,
So-
it makes sense because like they're making these games. They have to pay to make these games because they're all licensed products.
Yeah, for the IP, you know, Back to the Future, Batman.
Yeah.
What, did they do a Game of
They
Thrones?
have no IPs of their own. So no matter at the starting point, they're starting at a loss no matter what.
That is a very good point.
Yeah.
And they just keep digging themselves farther in the hole because they're you get to a point where essentially funding the being able to make one game with the money you're making off the other game, and you're not actually making any money. You're just trying to stay afloat.
And then
And now everything's canceled besides the
Last Walking Dead, yeah.
No, that's done. They're not doing that.
No, they've already started it.
Well, it's canceled.
Fuck off.
Yeah, that's canceled. The only thing they fired everyone except for a really small skeleton crew, and they're working on the story mode for Minecraft. But everything else is canceled.
I paid for that goddamn game already.
Oh, and Lee said for years that it was the best Walking Dead thing going.
It 1000% is.
And apparently, I got this news story here that they're getting hit with a class action lawsuit from their former employees saying that the layoffs violated federal and state WARN laws. Because they just laid everybody off with no pension or nothing.
Yeah, that's not surprising because it just happened.
They're
Like,
supposed to.
Oh shit! Everyone has no jobs.
Yeah, they're supposed to notify employees 60 days of advance.
Yeah, and that came like what, a day, maybe two after Capcom closed down their Canadian studio.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, so that's 2 studios hit like within a week.
What's up, video games? You charge $60 for a disc and then $100 for all the downloadable shit, and you're laying people off? Come on.
That's fucking crazy. God damn it, Games Radar.
Anybody want to buy unopened copy of WWE 2K18 for PlayStation 4?
No, I'm good. Thanks.
Wow, that's fucking nuts. Yeah, I'm reading here about the episode 3 and 4 of that Walking Dead could be released by someone else at some point. That's crazy.
Oh, so someone else is gonna work on it then? Okay.
Maybe.
I think I saw, was it Ubisoft that was holding like a mixer for any former Telltale employees to kind of get together. They were going to pay for food and drinks and see if they could find spots for anybody.
Damn.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That bums me out. Those games are that's. I love me some Clementine.
Yeah, no, you do.
But I have a lot of those damn games. Like the Batman games they did are really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't crazy about the Guardians of the Galaxy, but it's pretty cool. It was all right.
Shit, I didn't even know they did a Guardians of the Galaxy game.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool. Like it's all right. It had
Juggalo
2
John-
seasons of Batman.
Juggalo John in the chat says the head of Telltale knew about this for months.
Ooh, that's no good.
Damn.
I think they really probably could have turned things around if they had actually developed some of their own IP.
Right. Take
Yeah.
that Telltale style and write a original story. How fucking
Yeah,
hard is
because
that?
they showed that like you can do visual novels and people will buy them.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a bummer.
I think outside the IPs, one of the biggest things they had going for them was their style.
That very
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, very trademark style. Damn, that's nuts.
So,
Fucking bummer, man.
speaking of the Walking Dead game from Telltale, Lee posed this quick top 6 for us tonight. It was top 6 comic book video games.
Yeah. In my notes, I made note of the fact that there are a lot more terrible comic book video games than there are good ones.
Yeah.
My list isn't the most diverse. My list consists of 3 properties.
I'm going to guess, before we start, X-Men, Batman, Turtles.
Yes! Well, since you already guessed, let me go through real quick.
Go for it.
Speaking of bad games, I put this game on my list even though it's terrible, but it was because it was one of the first ever comic book video games I bought, and it was that terrible, awful Sega Genesis X-Men game.
Ooh.
Not good. Not good, but I loved it because it was X-Men. It was bad, though. Number 5, I'm going to go with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters. A Ninja Turtle fighting game that I believe I had for the Genesis. Like, you could play as Ray Fillet.
That's right.
Talk
That's
to
cool.
me any other fighting game where you could play as Ray Fillet.
Yeah, no shit. I forgot all about that. That was a good one, though.
Again, not a great game, but I spent a lot of hours on that one. Number 4, gonna go with the X-Men arcade game.
Solid.
Great game. Number 3, Injustice 2. Recently got that one. Dope. Fun fighting game. Cool special move animations. Mary bought me the Ninja Turtles that we could play with on there. Cool game.
God, that's right. I forgot about that DLC.
We need to pick that up again and play it sometime soon, dear.
And I like that style, the way that those Mortal Kombat games work now, man. The whole story mode integrating into the fight, that's a really cool way to do that.
Yeah, they look great. Number 2, I'm going to go with the Ninja Turtles arcade game. Another one of those, probably pumped $500 worth of quarters into that over my time in the world. And number 1, I'm going to do a twofer. I did this on my top 6 all-time video games, but I'm going to lump Arkham City and Arkham Knight in there together because I never actually played Arkham Asylum.
Oh, really?
I started with Arkham City, and those games are just toy.
Fucking A, right on.
Yep.
I'm mad at that.
Nice.
Okay, I'm going to be playing the role of Jose today. And I got some honorable mentions. Throw out here. Got the Walking Dead games on there.
I was surprised they didn't place on your list.
I went a little diverse in my main list. We're going to go honorable mentions to Lego Batman 2. The Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction on PlayStation 2.
I think I rented that once.
That game was awesome because as the Hulk, you could pick up a car, break it in two, and make boxing gloves out of it.
Yes.
That's fucking awesome.
Or smash a bus down and ride the bus like a skateboard across the city, which is kind of great. And then Ninja Turtles in Time. I'm going to honorable mention on my list for sure.
I'm pretty sure I've played that, but I cannot remember it for the life of me.
I like they did a
HD version.
Yeah, the PS3 version. Yeah, and that was actually pretty fucking solid, like really good. Okay, so onto my core list because I had to. We're gonna put Judge Dredd on the Sega Genesis.
Sticking to the bit.
Sticking to the bit.
Did you ever actually play that game?
Fuck yeah, I did. And it's like it's pretty good graphics. It's a side-scrolling fucking Genesis game. But one of the things that I remember most about it was as you're running around like fighting guys, taking out perps. They will drop to their knees at some point. You have the option of either executing them or arresting them. You have various bonuses for either blowing these guys' brains out or locking them up and the cube comes and takes them away or whatever. And they just captured my imagination as a kid. I'm like, oh, so you don't have to kill all these guys. But there's nothing stopping me from killing all these guys. I see how it is. But no, fucking solid game. Solid game. From the kind of similar era, we're going to go Maximum Carnage.
The game that had an ad in every Wizard, Toy Fair, and comic book from the mid '90s.
That's the only reason I know it is because of all the ads I've seen.
I feel like the ads were running for about 7.5 years.
Yeah. If you didn't know Maximum Carnage was coming out, you were actively trying to avoid that.
Yeah, I don't know how you don't know. But I played through that game a whole bunch of times as a kid. And when I was putting the list together, I'm having a hard time because there is 100% one of them is far superior. Genesis or Super Nintendo. And I think it was the Genesis version that was better. Like, it had better colors, better graphics, better controls. Like, it was like wall to wall. One of them is flat the fuck out better. And I'm pretty sure it's the Genesis version. So, use that information as you will. If you're going to find a emulator or some shit, I don't know. But fucking Maximum Carnage is where the hell it's at. Great game. I remember it had the comic book style cutscenes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
One of the levels is Spider-Man trying to crawl up a building while doppelgangers just fucking with him, trying to knock him off a wall. Hate that son of a bitch. Next up, Punisher on the PlayStation 2.
Oh man, I remember seeing reviews for this game when it came out.
Dude, that one fucking rocked. You had Thomas Jane playing the role as Punisher.
Oh, shit.
With a story written by Garth Ennis.
Okay, that's cool. That's worthy of a top 6 right there.
Yeah. And so, it's kind of a Max Payne style third-person shooter, running around, fighting bad guys. But kind of what made it different and kind of set it apart were these kind of hot spots around where you could, interrogate criminals or just have like kind of unique kills. Like one of the levels, you're at Central Park Zoo, and you're fighting guys, and you're by the rhino habitat. And so you can grab a guy and put him up against the cage, and the rhino will charge at him. You can pull him back and get the information you want. And like do that as much as you want until you can have him get gored to fucking death. Or one fighting guys in a chop shop, and you can put a dude's head into like a vat of like molten chrome. Like it's insanely over the top nuts violence. And like he can dual wield his weapons, and one of the parts he can dual wield like pump action shotguns. And like I'll never forget, you're shooting the shotguns, and he will. You got to look it up on YouTube because when you go to reload, he throws both of them in the air, catches them by the grip, like cocks them in midair, and then throws them back into his hands. It's the most baller thing I've ever seen in my life.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, the Punisher game on PS2, you guys, fucking rules. It's just hard rules. It's great. Also, we're going to do Ultimate Alliance 2, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 on PlayStation 2.
I feel like I played that, but like my memory is super foggy on it.
That's the one with the Civil War storyline?
Yeah. Yeah, and at some point you can play as the villains, and you can kind of fracture it. You can go either way. If you want to do Cap side or Iron Man side, and it plays a little bit differently. And they released these on PS4, I think, as like straight up ports. If you want to try those Ultimate Alliance games, they're pretty cool. And like that one was really neat because you got team bonuses if you use teams that were like actual existing teams in the Marvel universe.
Oh, kind of like actual fantasy sports.
Kind of like that, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, straight up. But good voice acting, good game. Those are just fun ass games, and like you got to play as Green Goblin and shit like that if you wanted to. Like it's pretty cool. I love that game. And then we're gonna do Arkham City next, because as much as I wanted to do like the Arkham series as a whole, I feel like in some ways Arkham Knight's kind of a step back. It's not my favorite. Not my favorite. So
wasn't Arkham Knight the one that wasn't done by that studio, or was that Arkham Origins?
That was Arkham Origins, which I really like that one a lot.
I like the two together because of the Joker storyline.
Sure. Yeah. But just, missing the boss fights. We talked about this before. All the Batmobile shit, like, it's not as good as having those epic-ass boss fights. It's just not.
Mr. Freeze. Come on.
Yeah, the best. The fucking best. And then I think, man, my number one might be this damn Spider-Man game.
Oh, with a bullet.
It is wall-to-wall probably the best superhero game I've ever played.
Just blowing hot web loads all over the top of your
Web
top
loads.
6.
Like, it's fun. Like, pigeons aside, it never feels grindy. Like, and even then, like, it's not like I hate. I don't throw the. It's not. I'm throwing the controller in frustration over the fucking pigeons. They're just kind of irritating. But like, yeah, it's got the, Arkham style. It's got the stealth going. The combat. Like, it's fucking rock solid, man. It's a hard favorite. It's good stuff. Good stuff. So what you got, Kelly? Fucking.
All right. Before I start
buck.
my list, I'm going to. Did you
realize
guys
there were
see...
games on my list that came out before Kelly was born?
Oh yeah. Did you see the video I posted on Twitter and Facebook with the 1982 commercial for the Spider-Man Atari game?
Yes.
What the shit?
Yeah, that Green Goblin costume is incredible.
Yeah. What the fuck is that about?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's so high production values for a stupid commercial. And it's the best on-screen Green Goblin we've ever had.
They spent more money on that commercial than they did the video game.
Oh, yeah, because that game
100%.
looks like shit. Yeah, I highly recommend checking it out. 1982 Spider-Man Atari game commercial. Rad as hell Green Goblin in there. But, okay, so my list, everything on here has an asterisk because my entire list will change next week when that Fist of the North Star game drops.
Oh, high expectations, huh?
I know what to expect, Lee.
All right, all right.
It's just a Yakuza game with Fist of the North Star. Like, there's DLC that you can get for free for the first 15 days it's out, where you can just play as the main character from Yakuza.
That's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, which I have a real dilemma ahead of me. Do I just play this game as Kiryu in the Wasteland instead of Kenshiro?
That's funny.
Yeah, so I really need to think about that. All right, so number 6, I'm going The Incredible Hulk on the Genesis. This game sucks, but I used to play it at my dentist because they had a Genesis in the dentist office.
Cool ass fucking dentist.
That was pretty sweet. So that was the best part about going to the dentist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 5, got Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2.
Oh, there you go.
Really like wrecking dudes as Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Number 4, Jump Ultimate Stars on the DS. This is a Japanese language game that I imported. But it's basically a Super Smash Brothers, but with various Shonen Jump characters. And it was too many licenses that they couldn't really clear it to come out in the US. So you really need just like an FAQ to go along with it to get through things. But once you kind of get everything going, it's a really fun game.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Number 3, X-Men Legends.
Ooh, yeah.
The precursor to the Ultimate Alliance games but I think these are actually better, personally. I never played X-Men Legends 2. I have it. Like, I bought it years and years later, and I just haven't gotten around to playing it on the GameCube. But the first Legends is really, really good.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
Number 2. I'm putting Spider-Man at number 2 because I haven't finished it yet, and I don't want to say it's number 1 because you never know what could happen to throw
That's
it
fair,
off. But
true.
right now, it's at number 2, but it is a phenomenal game thus far. And number 1, I'm going Dragon Ball Fusions on the 3DS. I really fucking like that game.
All right.
It's a super fun game, cool mechanics. You make a team out of 5 various Dragon Ball characters that you make friends with and stuff as you play. The battle mechanic is really interesting because you have to like pretty much line up your characters and pinball them around to hit each other and the villains and stuff, and it depends on what angle you hit them from. It's a really interesting mechanic that actually makes for really fun combat.
That sounds very weird.
It's really cool turn-based it's hard to describe, but once you see it, it makes a lot more sense.
All right.
The combat's really interesting because like you have to attack them from an angle, and then if you hit them successfully, then you can blow some attack loads on them. And then if they hit their friends, it deals damage to them too, and they kind of bounce around. And it really affects how you go about your strategy, because you want to make sure you don't injure your own guys at the same time from, backlash and stuff.
Bang them around as much as possible.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a really fun game. A whole lot of deep cuts from the Dragon Ball universe. And it's a fun game. I put quite a few hours into this game, and there's a lot of cool just little tricks to it and stuff, and really fun side quests, and just fun fan servicey things, like just having all like alternate universe versions of various characters that you remember. Like all of a sudden you realize you're helping these people form a team, and you realize, oh wait, I just made a girl Ginyu Force. Like that's probably my favorite side quest.
That's awesome.
Yeah, really fun game on the 3DS. I highly recommend it.
Kelly's dentist had a Genesis. Juggalo John said his dentist had a coffee table Pac-Man machine, 2 pinball machines, and an asteroids cabinet.
What?
That's fucking cool.
I said to Juggalo John, your dentist was trying to molest you.
What kind of broke-ass dentist have I been going to my whole life?
Yeah, like I was saying, my dentist, who I enjoyed, had a cardboard treasure chest filled with crappy, like, pinata prizes that you got to dig through after your cleaning was done. That was it. While you guys were talking about Dragon Ball Z, I was scrolling through Twitter, and I see this tweet about Sony Pictures' official Chinese Weeaboo account explaining why Venom would make a good boyfriend, and it's a bunch of
I saw that too.
It's a bunch of pictures of like cartoon Venom hanging out with some chicks, like being nice to them. And I look at this tweet and I'm like, Kelly retweeted that, didn't he? And then I look up, Kelly Harris has retweeted. There's some tweets that I see that I just know.
I got you, dog.
I know where they came from.
Sometimes you're just super on brand.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a brand, and I make that brand work.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing the people in.
Fucking good times. Good times. So that was fun. We kind of pulled that one out of the last minute, but that was fucking fun. That was a good one.
I was scrambling to see if we needed to pick one for next week, but we don't, because you know what next week is?
What's next week, Knize?
Spider-Man 3!
Oh, hell yeah.
I think Goat might be joining us for that one.
Okay, let's fucking do it. Let us do this. Kelly, you've got Netflix?
Yeah, I got Netflix.
Okay, cool.
Fucking great. So yeah, mark that on your calendars, kids. We're in Spider-Man 3 next week, because fucking next Friday that damn Venom movie comes out.
Yep.
That's insane.
Like,
yep.
Yeah, that's happening.
And man, I'm not like super into that movie, but man, it's been a while since we used Movie Pass. We might have to go see Venom, dear.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I'm gonna go see it. Like, I mean, it's one of those scenes where it's like, even if it's great, right? Like, even if it's really legit great, it's always gonna be like, yeah, but ain't no Spider-Man in it. So what the fuck you doing? Like, no matter how good it is, it will be a missed opportunity.
It will,
which is an odd place to put your movie.
It will at least give us a really bizarre Tom Hardy performance.
Oh, it's definitely gonna do that. Like,
and I'm here for that.
Yeah, he's one of those guys. No one gives him, like, I don't know if it's credit or whatever, but like no one talks about Tom Hardy as being like one of those wacko actor dudes like they do with Nick Cage. And I'm like, he's not that far removed.
Yeah.
Some of the weird shit that he does. So I'll check it out. Like, what was that movie he did with the beef?
Lawless?
Yeah, great movie. But he does some really weird shit in that movie.
That one movie, Chopper? No. Chopper was Eric Bana. There was another movie that he did where he's bald and he had like a handlebar mustache and he's playing some sort of fucking
like some legendary like prison fighter, right? Or am I thinking of something else? Bronson?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking weird, man.
Bane. He's weird.
Yeah, straight weird.
Real weird.
Weird fucking dude.
And
That would be very painful.
And then Mad Max. He's basically just doing Bane.
Right. Yeah, weird cat. All right. So let's do that next week, and let's do comic books. Get the fuck out of here for this week.
Yeah.
Sure.
The problem with comic books is the ink comes off on your hands. Every time you turn the page, you have to wash your hands.
So I read this Batman Damned, the damned Batman.
Oh,
you see that sweet dick?
You know what? I got all the way into it, and I'm like, wait. Did I miss the dick? Did I miss the bat dick? Like, I had to go back and look for it. And I was like, oh, all right.
Must not be that impressive. Oh!
Ow!
Boy, it's a real pretty book, man.
Yeah.
Real pretty. But I don't know.
Doesn't really have much else going for it.
I didn't hate it.
No, it's totally fine.
Yeah, and I really wanted to love it. And there's still chances that I might.
These are conversations that people have had about my dick, so that's very interesting. It was fine. I didn't hate it.
It's adequate.
Yeah.
7.5 out of 10 on that dick game.
I mean, I wouldn't say no.
Yeah. I really like the Dead Man design.
Yeah, Dead Man's really cool.
Dead Man looks really cool. Everything about it looks really cool. But yeah, I feel it was kind of a much ado about nothing as far as the dick goes, because really fits the context of this story pretty well. It's not like it was super out of left field, didn't belong there or anything.
Yeah, it's not like he's out there just blowing loads.
Right? Yeah, that'd be a little over the top. Yeah, I'm in for the rest of it. I'll read the rest of it for sure. That's cool. Kind of disappointed with this Edge with Spider-Geddon. The newest issue with that was not that great.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Spider-Geddon because I fucking love dumb, big Spider-Man events. And
oh yeah,
now that I've played the game, I'm fucking hyped for video game Spider-Man to debut in comics tomorrow.
Yeah, and GameStop is even getting a Marvel Legends figure of that Spider-Man. So
that's cool. There's 4 fucking Spider-Man comics out tomorrow.
That's a lot of Spider-Man comics.
Amazing Spider-Man, Edge of Spider-Geddon 4, Spider-Geddon 0, and the final issue of Zdarsky's run on Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man. Yeah, I'm really excited for that issue.
And Spider-Man, all the places I've blown loads.
A retrospective look. Still very much enjoying Immortal Hulk.
Yeah.
Guest artist this time around, so didn't, but still, they did a really good job. It's Lee Garnett. I forget. Did the art, so it still has that kind of horror vibe to it. I don't pretend to know exactly what's going on. They're getting very existential with the Hulk, which I kind of like when they do that kind of thing. But it's still very creepy, and I like they had an interaction between Banner and Jen Walters for the first time since he came back, which is pretty great. It was very well done. And then fucking speaking of Avengers 8, the new Avengers headquarters is inside a giant dead Celestial.
Nice.
Which is kind of great. At the North Pole. Equally great. And David Marquez drawing it, man. The guy fresh off of his Defenders run. And holy shit, it looks good. It is an absurdly pretty book.
Guy's good with the arts.
God, he's good with the arts. So good. It's just rock solid, man. It's just good old fashioned Avengering. This is kind of the official, hey, we're the Avengers guys now. Let's look around the clubhouse, and I like when they do that. And it looks like they're gonna be fighting Namor coming up because he's going all Imperious Rex on some goddamn surface dwellers. Motherfuckers in there fishing. I gotta have that shit. See what else? Pearl number 2 is great. Really digging that. Much more than what the hell was it called? Cover. the other Bendis creator-owned book that came out a couple weeks ago, was far too busy sucking its own dick to get to the point. Like, that is exactly what that book did. It was a circle jerk of a comic book if I've ever seen one, and like at no point did it ever like betray its premise. Like, hey, this is what this book's about. Like, it kind of flirted with the idea, like put the tip in, but didn't really get there. Whereas Pearl fucking hits the ground running and looks astounding. Like, it's I can't believe it's Michael Gaydos doing the artwork. It looks like nothing he's ever done before in the best possible way. It's great. It's fantastic.
I refuse to read any of these Bendis books until they're out in trade.
That's not a bad idea. It's in the back of my mind, believe me. As I enjoy issue 2 of this thing, I'm like, oh man, I really hope I get to issue 6 of this without having to wait a year and a half. That'd be great. And I mean, real quick, Return of Wolverine #1. Whatever, it's fine. Looks
could have used the dick.
Looks real bad though.
See, I like the art. I like the kind of riff on Barry Windsor Smith that McNiven's doing.
But it doesn't look like McNiven, like at all. Like, I kind of
no, and that's why I kind of like it. Is just that he's riffing on Barry Windsor Smith, and it
definitely is. Like,
I like
giant hair.
Yeah, I like it. I like that he's doing something different.
Yeah, it's not what I want. Just not what I want from that guy, because he's one of my favorites. And like, it's like, oh, it's like play me some hits, Steve. Like, but he's not playing the hits. This is all off the new record, which is all cover songs. Like, fuck. Ooh, I just metaphored the fuck out of that, you guys.
Yeah, you did.
And then lastly, what's up on that Mr. Miracle, Kelly?
It's that good shit.
Oh, so fucking good, you guys.
So good.
Like, you see Darkseid eating carrots dipped in ranch dressing.
Fucking Darkseid eating that carrot.
Eating that carrot
was so good.
They devote an entire page and 9 panels to Darkseid eating a carrot dipped in ranch dressing. And it's fucking riveting. Shortly thereafter, Darkseid rips out his own fucking eyeball as part of the peace offering. Cool. He exchanges his eyeball for Mr. Miracle's baby. Because what an asshole.
Because without his eye, he can't fire the Omega Beams.
Can't fire the Omega Beams. Like, look, he knows the annual life equation. Right? He can't unknow it. But what we will do is pull out an eyeball. And just the way it's drawn, like, he's just so, it doesn't care, unflinching when he pulls out his own goddamn eyeball.
Just pops that shit right out.
Pops it right out. And like, the fights are gorgeous, and just the rigid 9-panel structure of this book is masterful, man. Like, 2 pages back to back of just, Scott crawling across the floor, and like, the background doesn't move, just the characters move. It's wonderful fucking comic books. Excellent. Leading up to Scott stabbing Darkseid in the fucking eye with a sword he made from his dead son. Darkseid's dead son. Oh, damn, it's good. Damn, it's good.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what issue 12 brings.
Am I wrong, or does it appear as if they've kind of like peered into the DCU proper?
Yes. It looks as though that the Mr. Miracle that is in this book belongs in the prime DCU that most of the comics take place in.
But like, maybe just doesn't know it.
Yes.
Like, he fucking escaped his world.
Yeah. So I think it seems more, it's slightly tied to some of the meddling with time that Watchmen shit has been doing and stuff like that, I would assume. But who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, fucking not me. Could be anything. But this is some of the best comics, man, ever. It's so fucking good. It's wonderful. Anything else we're talking about?
Really fuck up that last issue.
Like, it's got to be next level terrible.
Yeah.
To not just be satisfying.
Be a classic.
Yeah, can't wait to have a big hardcover of this.
It's gonna be so good. Let's see what came out this week. The first issue of Dick Tracy Dead or Alive hit, and that was a fun book.
All right.
The creative team is Mike Allred and Lee Allred writing, Rich Tommaso drawing.
That makes a lot of sense.
And Mike Allred on inks and his wife on colors.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's really cool. I like what they did with it a lot. It's if you're interested at all in Dick Tracy, it's worth picking up.
Oh man, Kelly, have you seen the Warren Beatty Dick Tracy movie?
I actually have not.
Oh, it is something.
You know, I don't think I have either, actually.
Oh, it was for that summer that came out. It was my favorite movie. It's worth a watch.
I missed that one and somehow missed Rocketeer as well. Never seen Rocketeer either.
Fuck.
Yeah, I've never seen that one either.
Like, I don't even want to suggest movie night for either one of those. I'm like, you guys just need to watch those. Turn off your
Batman
phone.
55 came out, and
Oh yeah.
I don't like Tony Daniel. I thought the issue looked like shit.
See, I like Tony. I don't like Tony Daniel's writing, but I kind of dig his artwork. Although I feel like that splash page of Batman and Nightwing running at the camera, I think I've seen that exact page from Tony Daniel about 700 times.
Oh, and it's a swipe of a Jim Lee page.
Oh, it definitely is that. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Hush for sure. Yeah, 1000%.
Yeah, I don't know. I like where they're going. Like, the issue itself was good. I just don't like Tony Daniel's art. Like, it's the same thing that happened with Batman R.I.P. for me, where I'm like, man, I really like the story, but God, do I ever wish it was drawn by someone else.
Comics. I like the bit where Dick challenged them to jump off the building and see who can go the longest without shooting their bat rope.
Yeah.
Pretty fun. You like that? Phrasing, nice.
Hey, you guys gotta blow your loads together. Just sit back to back. We'll see who can last the longest.
Oh my god.
Fun with your friends.
No matter who loses, everybody wins.
The Amazing Spider-Man Annual came out this week, and it was a flashback story back to when Peter first got the symbiote costume.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
And was actually a really cool story, because it was mainly told from the point of view of the symbiote.
Huh.
And how he saw, that Peter wants to do good, so he's like, I can do good. And he's like, but I don't know how I can do it on my own. So, like, whenever Peter would go to sleep, he'd just slink onto Peter and then make him go out, use his body, and make him go fight crime while Peter was sleeping.
So you fucking Weekend at Bernie's him?
He did.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. And then it's kind of about, like, the symbiote learning to be a hero just from watching other people, and, like, he actually kind of makes a friend. It's a really cool story.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really worth picking up. I liked it a lot.
All right.
And there's also a Go-Go Power Rangers Back to School special, which was just a fun. It was just a fun little one shot. You don't need to read it. It was each of the Rangers came back from their spring break, and they were all talking about what they did, and then they fought a monster.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, it was just a quick little one shot story. It was nice. And yeah, that's about it.
Fucking A. Not bad. Good week for comics, I felt like. Not bad at all. Pretty good week.
Yeah. And we got a good week coming up here, too.
Yeah.
Bunch of Spider-Man books. Doomsday Clock, which could be good.
Yeah. Doomsday Clock.
Might need to have to read the past 6 issues to remember what happened, but...
Yeah, there is that.
The first issue of Heroes in Crisis comes out, but that's one that I'm kind of worried about it being Tom King's first potential miss.
Oh, that's their event book. The DC event, yeah?
Yeah, and especially with one of the 2 main characters being Booster Gold.
Fuck Booster Gold.
Here's the thing. I like Booster Gold. Booster Gold's a good character. Tom King cannot write Booster Gold.
Ugh. God, just fucking up my Batman comic with a shitty Booster Gold story.
That story sucked.
Ugh.
So I'm hoping this is good. It seems like it could be, but it also could be another identity crisis.
I may be... let me know what you think before I get on that one, I think.
I'll let you know. Yeah,
Okay.
it may... I'm also worried that it could be kind of tone deaf, but who knows? It's about a mass shooting at a superhero thing.
Oh, that sounds not great.
Yeah, and so it's looking like someone's gonna die. I'm betting it's gonna be Arsenal because they said here's like 5 characters. It's gonna be one of them, and I'm like, well, that guy'd be missed the least.
And real quick, gotta point out we're talking about stuff coming out tomorrow. I wanted to say real quick that issue 24 of the Ben Reilly Scarlet Spider-Man comes out. They've done 24 issues of a Scarlet Spider comic book in 2018.
And all of them hate gypsies.
Every single one of them hates a gypsy. But you can wear that pimp-ass Scarlet Spider costume in the game. Just saying.
Yeah, you can.
But yeah. What you guys think we're talking about, Knize?
Continuing to watch Punisher.
Yeah, you are.
Which is great. We've fallen behind the past few days, not keeping up with the pace that we need to make sure that we're finished with all of the Marvel
Fucking
Netflix shows.
get it together, man.
Before Daredevil Season 3 drops. But wanted to talk about 2 moments that made me mark out. And one was the pinball machine.
Yep.
And then the other is just the Punisher van is just so great. I love it. I had a feeling one of the characters on the show was going to be revealed to be a known Marvel character, and it was spoiled for me by a quick IMDb search because they list the actor as that character's name instead of the civilian name. So that's kind of
what do you mean?
So there is one character in the show who I had a feeling was going to be not everything that they seem. And then when I went to see if the actor was in anything else, IMDb revealed that I was right. And the character is a very specific character related to the Punisher lore.
It's been out for a fucking year. Why are you talking in riddles? What are you doing to me? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
True. The fact that
Howard the Duck.
Well, also, I don't want to spoil it for Mary because I haven't mentioned it to her either.
Okay.
So there's that.
Okay.
We would have gotten further on Punisher if it weren't for the fact that Saturday afternoon we started watching American Vandal Season 2 on Netflix and ended up watching the entire Season 2 Saturday evening, which is, I think, 10 episodes, half hour apiece.
That's so great. I'm so happy for you.
Did you watch, have you watched Season 2?
I have not watched a bit of it, but I hear it's some of the funniest shit I ever made.
Did you ever watch the first season?
No.
Okay. I would highly suggest both to anyone. It is great for people who like, true crime type shit, but it's also super funny. The plot behind this second season is the turd burglar. There are 3, possibly 4 different instances of shit-related vandalism. And it's the ins and outs of trying to figure out who did it.
That's fucking
funny. Who done did the shits.
That's funny.
A lot of great acting. A lot of good, mystery in it. And it's a dumb fucking Netflix show about pooping.
That's pretty hilarious. I'm not on board with that. That sounds like a good time.
And it's an easy watch too, but if you start it, you might get sucked in, but it's only 5 hours of your time.
See, I talking to Nicole the other day about just finding someone to just take the kids for a day. We can just veg out and watch Netflix all fucking day. It'd be amazing. Just eking out an hour here, hour there. Shit's busy, son.
We're watching it, and it gets to be 7 o'clock, and I look at her in between episodes, and it's like, should we eat something?
Oh, man. Fucking good for you guys. That sounds great. I will add that to the queue.
Sure thing.
The ever-evolving queue. Also, on your recommendation, Knize, I did watch the Burt Kreischer special. It is solid.
Really good.
Good stuff.
Really good.
Really good. And Tom Segura's coming through town. He'll be here, I think, right around my birthday.
Yeah,
Next
he's got
April. So I might go see him.
2 Orlando shows that sold out.
That's awesome. I've been to a stand-up show in fucking forever. Feels like stuff.
There's been I got hooked onto their podcast, the Your Mom's House podcast.
It's pretty good.
And a running theme the past few weeks has been whether or not your wife is ride or die. And the premise is, just say someone just fucks with you on a very surface level, like the barista at the coffee shop gets your order wrong, or the FedEx guy dings your mailbox, and you fucking kill him. Would your wife help you dispose of the body and keep things on the down low, or would your wife turn you in?
Huh.
So,
right.
I posed it to Mary, and she turned the question around. She's like, well, I feel like I'm the one that's more likely to murder someone. I'm like, yeah. That's not what we're talking about. And his wife, Christina P., her theory is that if you're willing to just murder someone willy-nilly for screwing up your coffee order, when are you going to turn that around on your wife and children? So I need to turn you in before that type of anger and violence is turned on to me and my children.
Not a bad logic. That makes sense. That's funny. I'm like a month behind on all my fucking podcasts. It's absurd. But sorry. Too much stuff. Too much good stuff in the world right now.
Yeah.
Too much stuff. No time for bullshit. None of that. Had to stop watching. What was it? Paradise PD on Netflix.
Oh, the animated?
Yeah, because it's just not that good. It's not that good. Like, it's fine. And I ain't got time for fine. Like, nah.
Lee, did you watch any of Mayans?
I really want to. I have it all ready to go. Just haven't had a fucking second to do it.
Yeah, I'm surprised you guys haven't been on top of
I
that.
watched the first episode, and it's fine. It's one of those shows where you watch it, and the entire time you're thinking, like, man, Sanso's good.
Oh, really? Because now is it a different chapter too, right?
Yeah. I mean, you see, like, the main Mayans dude that you saw in Sons, he shows up, and the Sons do show up at one point.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Like, at one point in the first episode, you see Gemma.
Ah, fuck Gemma.
Yeah, I don't know. The first episode is...
Oh, so it's like a prequel then?
Yes, it's a prequel.
Oh, okay.
The first episode's plot twists are incredibly predictable, and that didn't help anything. But yeah, I don't know. It's all right, but the entire time I was just thinking, like, man...
Wait, I was watching Sons.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I haven't watched anything past that first episode, and I don't know if I will.
I got a shitload of Better Call Saul queued up too. It's just too much stuff, man. No time. I told somebody at work the other day, they were talking about Breaking Bad, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? There's two kinds of people in this world. People that think Breaking Bad is the best TV show ever, and people that have seen Sons of Anarchy. Fuck out of my face. You're Breaking Bad. Just saying. Shit's phenomenal.
Yeah, push comes to shove, I'd choose Sons over Breaking Bad.
Absolutely. No contest. Yeah. All right, let's land this fucking bird, because we've been rambling for a while. Yeah, that's okay. It's what we do. It's a free show. Whatever.
For now.
Yeah. Yeah. Couple podcasts I listen to are talking about getting their Patreon set up and all this bullshit, and I'm like, man, that just sounds like a lot of work. Sounds like a lot of work. And, like, you really got to do extra stuff for the people that pay, and, like, I ain't got time for that shit. I got 56 episodes of Marvel shows to watch before October.
Yeah.
We're recording secondary podcasts. Ridiculous. All right. But we do have time. We got lots of time. For Spider-Man 3. Plenty of time for Spider-Man 3 next week.
I feel like I remember Spider-Man 3 being really long.
Yeah, we're gonna need to get into it like right away.
Yeah.
Like we won't be able to do the our weeks thing next week.
No.
Oh yeah.
So just plan on. Yeah, just don't do anything in the next week.
139 minutes.
Oh,
2 hours and 19 minutes.
Fuck, that's long. Okay, all right. So
Well, they do have the entire Spider-Man Rogues Gallery in it.
that's true.
And we also have to make time for a scene where Mary Jane and Harry Osborn make omelets and dance to Chubby Checker.
Oh God, I feel like. Okay, so when Spider-Man 3 came out, I think it was my dad was like, "That's really not good." My dad likes everything, and like I was just we're coming fresh off of Spider-Man 2, which was at that point like the best comic book movie ever made. It was universally hailed as one of the best, and like I couldn't accept at the time that it wasn't good. And I'm like I seen it, and I'm like, no, this that it's fine. And then I watched it on DVD when it came out, and I'm like, oh no, this is by any measure a bad fucking movie. Like it, and I feel like as bad as it was then, it's probably aged incredibly poorly, and is likely going to be worse than any of us remember it being. So, should be a lot of fun. Should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, but I feel someone recently said when we were talking about things, they were like, you know what? I watched Spider-Man 3 recently, and it's pretty dope.
Isn't that right? Maybe they're right.
No one said that.
Bobby. Fucking loves Spider-Man 3. That also seems like a thing that Travis might say. Just to be contrary. I don't know. We'll find out next week, everybody.
Send us your hot takes on Spider-Man 3.
So if you wanna watch along live with us, Kelly is not wrong. We're gonna fire that fucker off like pretty much immediately next week when we get back. So be here, man, bright and early at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central at youtube.com/panelsonpages. Email us your top sixes, all that crazy bullshit at popcast@panelsonpages.com. Leave us a voicemail 616-951-1POP. Hit us up on the Twitter machines at panelsonpages, and we'll get to all that stuff in as timely a fashion as we can be expected to. As we said, we're fucking busy. So, but never too busy to hang out on Tuesday nights, unless we're too busy to hang out on Tuesday nights. So, for Jason Knize and Kelly Harris, I'm the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez. We'll talk to you fuckers next week. Night. Love ya. Bye-bye.
That was wonderful.
Bravo!
I loved that.
Oh, it was great.
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good, though.
It could have been a lot better.
I didn't really like it.
It was pretty terrible.
It was bad.
It was awful.
It was terrible.
Get him away!